Hello and welcome to Asphodel Lidi. Today we are going to do a pick a card reading on what obsessive thoughts should you let go of, or the thoughts that are troubling you. Obsessively, you're thinking about it. So we have 3 piles here. I'm going to show all the 3 piles in a moment, and you can select from amongst them whichever resonates with you the most. Okay, and the timestamps will be in the description below. Right, so let's start. I'll give you some time to choose your pile and then we'll move forward. Okay, so those who picked pile 1, this is your reading on what obsessive thoughts you should let go of. So let's see what cards we have. First, we're going to look at the tarot. Okay, so the first card we have, alright, the first card we have is the 4 of Swords. The second card we have is that of the High Priestess. The third card is 6 of Wands. The fourth card is Justice in reverse. And the fifth card is the Ace of Cups. Okay, let's bring this forward a bit, and then we can start. heart. Okay. So, all right. So, what I feel here is that right now you're at a moment of pause. Okay, it's like it's a suspended moment between the past and the future. That's what your present moment is right now. So there's no activity to do, nothing to do, and you are getting worried, you're getting anxious about that. You're basically getting a lot stressed about the future because we see there's the justice card is in reverse. Now you're thinking of about a lot of things. Now if you look at the high priestess card in this particular deck, you see there are a lot of crows around her, a lot of crows. Now the high priestess card, she doesn't talk much, but she ponders and she delves deep into the subconscious as well as into the other realms. But here what I'm getting, the message is that you are thinking about a lot of stuff at one time, and that one time is extending from one day to the other, to the other, to the other, to days. I mean, you're not letting it go. You're like, if it is your career, you're thinking, will I be able to do it? If it is your business, will I be able to do it? Will I be able to do this? How will I be able to do that? Okay, I'm going to do this. So there are certain trains of thought that are going through on and on and on in a loop inside your head. Okay, you're thinking about whether you'll be victorious or not. You're about a particular project, about a particular job, whether you will get that job, about the success of a particular business. You're thinking about that, and at the same time you're also thinking about what has happened in the past, the injustice that has happened in the past, or what you have um, suffered in the past. Okay, and another thing, because now, and you're also very much in anxiety about this new beginning. Okay, the Ace of Cups, the Aces always talks about new beginning, and now the Ace of Cups may talk about, just like the Ace of Wands talks about new inspiration, this talks about a certain deep love for something that you may find. It can be a person, it can be a passion project, it can be anything. But this is a new beginning, and this also might be, and because I see the crow here, crows are also messengers. Okay, so I feel that there will be a news that will be coming to you, and this could be related to matters of the heart. Now you could have suffered a lot when it came to the heart, or life in general. When what I'm seeing here is that whatever you wanted to try out, like, okay, let's try this out, I really like this, and it didn't work, and you're like, but I really like this, why isn't it working? And I'm doing everything that is like possible, that is in my capability. Then why isn't it happening? Why isn't it culminating into a success? So this is what you have gone through. You basically were always on the other side. You couldn't ever, like, you hurled forward with all your might, but the thing is, you couldn't cross over to the other side. That is the thing, and that's why, because of the repeated failures in matters of career, in matters of business, or in matters of passion projects, or in love, you do feel that what if something goes wrong right now? So what you're thinking about right now is all of the ways it can go wrong. instead of thinking that it can go right. This is what you're obsessively thinking about, because this is a period of, it's kind of a limbo, and you're not being told to do anything at the moment. Just do whatever you want to do. Just sit back, relax. The Four of Swords card actually talks about that. Okay, just sit back and relax, and you just surrender. It is also a card of surrendering to higher powers. And so now that you have surrendered, they have told you to wait, to rest, not take life too seriously. And you're like, how can I not take life too seriously? Everything around me has fallen apart. Whatever I tried to do has fallen apart. Now I don't know what to do, anything. I don't know what more I can do. I don't know what the future holds for me. I don't know whether I'll be victorious or not, whether I'll be successful or not. You're thinking of all of those stuff, basically, and all of those stuff in a very negative fashion. In fact, I feel that you may have found something that you do like and you want to pursue it, but the problem is you're thinking about all the things that had gone wrong in the past, and at the same time you are fearing, what if it goes wrong again? Because I think you're at a point where you can't bear to take another failure. But I feel that the universe is not going to fail you. So that much trust you can have. Now, this is the obsessive thought. These are the obsessive thoughts. These are the thought patterns that you should let go of, basically, of all the humdrums, because these are turning into like a negative pot of cauldron, like a negative pot, like, you know, where you are brewing all the poison, but it's at the same time it's just hurting you. It's not hurting anybody else. It's only tormenting you. It's only tormenting your own mind and not anybody else's. So this is what it is actually. So yeah, so these are the thoughts. It is not just one thought, but these are the thoughts that you should let go of. The thoughts that pertain to, oh my god, if everything goes wrong, or what if this goes wrong and that goes wrong, what if this happens and that happens, how will I be able to mitigate that, how will I be able to do that? So these are the things that you should let go of, because the message is that you should let go, take a step back and let go, and let the divine do the things for you, because a new beginning is at the horizon. All the suffering, all the pain, it has ended. It's time now for your heart to rejuvenate. Okay, so this is what I feel here. So appreciate that and just take a step back. Don't think much. I know it is difficult to do so because I myself am an overthinker. It is very difficult to do that, but try. At least try. The rest will just fall into place. And yes, life can be full of ups and downs, but the downs actually teach us going forward how to tackle some other downs in our life, if it ever happens. So yeah, that is what it is. Now let me see what advice you have. See, new chapter. It's a completely new chapter, and in this new chapter nothing is going to be repeated. Nothing, all the injustices that has happened with you in the past, all the torment, the turmoil, the suffering that you have gone through in the past is not going to be repeated in this particular chapter, because it's a new chapter. That means a karmic cycle has come to an end, and all of those things have just gone out, washed out of your life, and it's not going to repeat anymore. So why worry? But I know, easier said than done. But yes, the advice here is that don't worry about this new chapter in your life. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. So yeah, and whatever happens, you'll be able to tackle it. Because yes, nobody wants to go through suffering, but at the same time, it is suffering which makes us stronger. It provides us with the strength that we need, or it helps us to recognize how strong we are. So yeah, keep that in mind. Now let's see what spirit animals are trying to help you at this time, at what message they're trying to provide you. So the first card we have is the octopus, the golden egg, and the horse. Okay, so the message here is that with the golden egg, what I'm getting is that you are precious. You are 1 in a million, and you are precious. So see yourself as the universe sees you. That's the message that your animal guides, animal spirit guides have for you. That is the octopus and the horse. You are the golden egg. You're connected to source. You are precious, and you're precious for a reason. And nobody else knows why you're precious better than you. And of course, the divine. And along with that, what I'm getting is with the octopus card. Now, octopuses are very flexible. They can go through like really narrow areas, narrow gaps. They can climb, they can latch onto something, things like that. So octopuses are very, very flexible, and they are smart. Along with the horse, this comes with the horse as well. The horse is also a very smart animal. The horse talks about strength, talks about stability, talks about stamina and speed. You have all of these inside you. Tap into your power. With the horse card, I feel you need to tap into your power because you have it in you. I know you have gone through a lot of battles, but it is time that you take a step back and tap into the power that you once had. And you're thinking that just because you have gone through so many battles, you have lost it. But you cannot lose anything that's already within you. You will only lose your power when you die. But you're alive, so how can your power die out? Okay? And with the octopus, I feel you need to be more flexible and adaptable to circumstances, as well as use your head. Okay, use your brain. Be more strategic in your approach. Because the octopus is very strategic. The octopus is also a hunter. It's a predator of the ocean. Okay, so, and it can... Some of the octopuses can also change color, so they can camouflage themselves. So know when to hide, when to hermit, and when to come out into the public. Be smart about it, okay? And be flexible. That is what is required now. And I guess that is what you have learned through all the pain and suffering that you went through in this particular cycle that you came out of. you're at this point, you're kind of in a limbo, so before the next chapter starts. So please take rest, take a step back, and give everything to the divine. And I mean, why wouldn't you want to? Like, you have you have worked hard, now you're tired, now divine wants to do things for you. Why won't you let it do it? So yeah, that is what I have for you. So I hope this reading resonated and helped, and we will now move on to the next pile. Thank you. Alright, for those of you who have chosen pile 2, this would be your reading on what obsessive thoughts should you let go of. So now the first card we have is the Ten of Wands in reverse, the Three of Wands in reverse, the Hierophant, the King of Cups in reverse, and the Two of Swords. Okay, let's see what these have to say. Okay, so with the Ten of Wands in reverse and Three of Wands in reverse and the Hierophant, I feel that you are being advised to let go of control, but your thoughts are not letting those go. What you're thinking about is, how will I control this? How will I do this? How will I do this? Like, suppose we used to play when we were children. We used to play those games, know that the square pile should go into the, or the square object should go into the square hole, and the circle, like whatever shapes we had to put those objects in those shapes, right? But what is happening here is that you are trying to control that, but the problem is that at this moment your eyes are closed, you cannot see. So even though you may know the shape of the object, because the object is in your hand, you don't know where to place it because your eyes are closed, right? So what you are doing right now is that you are getting impatient in the process. You're getting really, really impatient in the process because you're trying to control things, because you think that you know better, or you have that sort of feeling that, yes, I know better, or that, yes, logically, this should be done this way, okay? Logically, this should be done this way, but you don't know the stream of events that are going to follow. So at this moment, what is happening is that your thoughts are becoming a burden to your own self. Your thoughts of controlling every single thing in your life, your impatience, and in fact this attitude that you do know better, and the logical mind actually is working against you. It has started to work against you right now, okay? So what is happening is that you are getting bitter and bitter. You're getting more bitter because whatever you're trying to do, it's not coming into fruition. It is not coming into fruition because you're not letting go. You're not letting go. You're not surrendering in a way. This is why it is happening. This is why you are getting so bitter. The King of Cups upright is a person who is just beautiful, who is caring, nurturing, and who is emotionally mature and has a high emotional quotient. But reversed, he can be really, really bitter. He can be really, really bitter. And what happens when we become very bitter is that we stop listening to anyone who tries to help us. You're not controlling anything at the moment. Nothing. So the message here is that nothing is in your control at the moment. So stop burdening yourself with control, or stop burdening with yourself. Stop burdening yourself with responsibilities that aren't even yours. That is what the message is about. And stop being impatient. Just do the work, sit back and relax. Now there might be certain issues that is making you like this and like this. We have the Hierophant and the King of Cups in reverse. Both are very controlling, authoritative figures who think that they know better, but the King of Cups in reverse is someone who is very bitter, who is very sensitive, who does not understand, who doesn't care about what others are thinking. He turns very bitter, so he turns very selfish, and he only thinks about his own cup and nobody else's. So right now what is happening is that you're thinking about others, but then you're also thinking about yourself. It's like you're in the middle of the two opposites of being selfless and being selfish. So sometimes, and you're oscillating in between these two extremes. Sometimes you're becoming selfless and you're like, no, I should do this for others, I should do this for my family. And sometimes you're oscillating towards the other extreme and you're becoming completely selfish, and you're like, I do not care what others think, I do not care what others are going through or how others might need me. I will only do it for my own good. Me, that is the thing. What will happen to me? What will become of me? What will happen in my career? What will happen in my life? This is what it is. And this is what is burdening. The Hierophant card is also a masculine card, and the Hierophant, being an authoritative figure, is also very egotistical. So your ego is eating you from within. How? By producing thoughts that are utterly not necessary, that are making you go crazy, because it is burdening you with thoughts about your own future, but you are approaching those thoughts very selfishly. And if you're approaching thoughts about the future of your family or others, you're approaching it in a very desperate way. And that is why the Three of Wands in reverse. Three of Wands card actually talks about expansion. It talks about your ships coming in after the work has been done. When it is reversed, it means it will still take a lot of time, and that more work needs to be done, and there has to be a little bit of let go. And it also talks about the shadow side of Three of Wands card, which is impatience. So you are getting, so oscillating between selfless to selfish, from selfless to selfish to selfless. You are losing control of everything. You're losing control of your own head. Your thoughts are killing you. Your thoughts are becoming like barbed wires, like here. It's turning into barbed wires and it's hurting you. So these obsessive thoughts of impatience and control, of desperate attempts, needs to be let go of. Because understand this, that you cannot even figure out what is actually going to happen even 5 minutes after this video that you're watching right now. You might only know that, okay, as per my routine, after watching this video, I'm going to do this. But that is not certain that you are actually going to do it, or you will be able to do it. So situations are not in your hand and your eyes are closed. Your eyes are closed. So it's important that you let go and surrender, that you listen to the divine. And if you look at this very interestingly, the Hierophant card has 2 crows here, and the 2 of Swords card also has 2 crows here. Now, if you follow Norse mythology, you would know that it represents Hugin and Mungin, Odin's 2 ravens or 2 crows. And they represent 2 key aspects of the mind. One is the rational, the other is the emotion. One is the imagination, and the other is something, intellect. So you see what is happening here, that what I'm seeing here is, by relying solely on your own mind, by relying solely on your own logic, you won't be able to come out of this situation. That is the thing. I know how difficult it is to watch or hear such a message, because it makes you go even more like, then what am I gonna do? Whose guidance should I look for? The thing is, you are already being guided, and just because you are not listening and trying to take things in your own hand, you're messing it up. You're already being guided, you're already being protected. So that is the thing. So you need to let go of the obsessive thoughts of how to control your life, how to control your life, how to control the results that you get in life, and the impatience of, I have done all the work, then why am I not getting all the results? And the more impatient you get, the more the delay will be, because that's how the universe works. Because then what is happening is that your result is what is to come. The result, the positive news, is kept on the side, and the universe will then throw you only your own desperation. It will only start mirroring your own desperation and your own impatience, because that is how manifestation works, right? That is why it is said that when you're manifesting something, you cannot be desperate. You have to be hopeful, you have to be happy, you have to be zealous, you have to be motivated, but you cannot be desperate. You cannot be impatient. You cannot vibrate in those low energies, because if you start vibrating in those low energies, the universe is going to mirror back that same low energy to you, and that is going to delay the abundance that you deserve. So if you keep on vibrating in those energies, that is what is going to come to you. That is what is going to be reflected back to you. So please stop doing that. And most of our manifestations are done with our thoughts. And when our thoughts and our emotions mix together, that is when we feel that, oh no, what is going to happen? It is not just a thought. That statement also has an emotion involved. So it becomes a strong tool to manifest. So yeah, so you have to let go of these thoughts. You have to let go of this pattern of thinking, this obsessive pattern of thinking, this obsessive anxiousness, your obsession with anxiety and impatience, that why isn't it happening, why isn't it happening, why isn't it happening, why can't I control this, if I do this then this will happen, but then this doesn't happen, you go all messed up. So yeah, now let's see what advice we have from the universe to move forward, like to change this. So we have intuition. Wasn't I telling you that you are already being guided? All you need to do is listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition instead of your logic. This is what you need to do. And your intuition can only be heard when you silence your mind, when you silence your thoughts, when you, in your mind and in your emotions, become still. That's only when you will be able to hear your intuition. So stillness is very important. And how can you gain stillness? Through meditation. Even 15 minutes a day would do. It's a wonderful thing. You just have to silence your mind, and everything will fall into place. Because you will start listening to your intuition, and the universe communicates with or through your intuition. Okay, now let's see what animal spirits are helping you right now. So the first card we have is the bear. The second card we have is that of the moth. And the third card we have is that of the crocodile. Okay, so look. Now, the first thing with the bear card, so these are the three spirit animals, the bear, the moth, and the crocodile, who are trying to help you out, who are trying to provide you with certain signals, certain messages that you need to take heed of. You might see some signs and synchronicities here and there, taglines on billboards, things like that, number sequences, etc. But what I feel here is that the message from the bear spirit is that of resilience. Bears are typically loners. Yeah, they are pretty loners, although they may be in packs, but not more than 2 or 3. They love to roam around alone. But the good thing about bears is that they are also very resilient. They know that they can endure or defend themselves in any situation. They can endure any situation and defend themselves in any situation. It is like the strength card in tarot, the bear. So at this point in time, the universe is like, even though you're going through a really, really tough time, understand that you are going through a major transformation. And in this type of situations, in this situation of a major transformation, it is important that you are strong in your mind. It is talking about your strength of mind, because your mind, your thoughts and your emotions are all jumbled up, are all crammed, okay, and that is what is causing disturbance. So you need to clear that out, okay. And it is very important in this transformative process. And as well as the crocodile, the bear and the crocodile are also very good hunters, okay. And somehow water is connected, because bears, despite being land animals, they do hunt fish. They go for fishing in the rivers, right? In their own way. And crocodiles, they too hunt in the water, but they also hunt in the land. But most of the times, like, their domain is that of the river. Now water talks about our subconscious mind. Water talks about the depths of our mind, the subconscious mind that cannot be reached when we are all busy with this mind and heart's chatter, that is the chatter of our logic and of our emotions, okay. So what they are telling you is to look deeper, because this transformation is the transformation of your subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind controls most of our decisions throughout the day. Around 90 to 95% of our mind contains the subconscious. Only 5% is that of the conscious mind. So this is a transformation of your subconscious mind, of subconscious programmings, of subconscious conditionings. So what you need to do is go deep within, deep within, okay. No periphery stuff, no apparent stuff, deep within, via meditation, and transmute these blocks of wood. They are like woody blocks of thoughts and patterns and programs of the subconscious mind, or that are there in the subconscious mind, that are actually making you act in this way, okay. So you need to let go of that. It's very important that you let go of that. You hunt those logs of wood down and you transmute them, or you end them in a way. But energy can't be ended, it can only be transmuted. So it's important that you transmute. And transmutation only happens when we... পরে কথা বলছি। And transmutation only happens when we are able to first identify and then accept what needs to be changed. So identification is firstly required. So go deep within your subconscious, identify what is necessary, identify what subconscious programming is like worn out, outdated, and is not required anymore, and is doing you harm rather than good. Take it, accept that, okay, this is what is happening to me, this is where it is coming from, and then change it. Okay, and it is not a one-night process. It is going to take time. This is going to take time. And it is because, see, whatever we are within is manifested without, right? So if we are a jungle inside, it is only a jungle, a chaos that is going to manifest outside. So it is important that you look within yourself. Very, very important. And change these subconscious programmings. If meditation is difficult for you, you can always look up on YouTube search subconscious meditations, like sleep meditation of the subconscious mind, but then you have to pay attention to your dreams. It is important because it is going to manifest through your dreams. Then you have to keep a dream journal. So you listen to those music as you go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, whatever you dream of, however you feel in the morning, you jot that down. And through that process, you'll be able to identify what programming needs to be changed, what needs to be changed, what needs to be done, and things like that. Okay, and that is how you can bring a transformation in your thoughts and your emotions. Another way to do it is through heart chakra meditation. You can do heart chakra meditation to soothe your heart, because it is only after you go through a lot of hurt, or it is only after you have hurt a lot of people, that you come to this point of being burdened with your own thoughts and your own emotions, of oscillating between selfless and selfish. So yeah, you need to find a balance there. So in order to find a balance, you can either do meditations like heart chakra meditations, and even third eye meditation, because we have the intuition card here. Yeah, can you see? Yeah. So third eye meditations, heart chakra meditations, okay, solar plexus, okay, those are pretty important for you. So gradually you'll be able to find improvement that way. All right, so I hope this reading has helped, and now we'll move on to the next pile. Thank you. For those of you who picked pile number 3, this is going to be your reading on what obsessive thoughts should you let go of. Now let's see. So the first card we have is Judgment. Okay. The second card we have is Queen of Wands in reverse. The third card we have is that of the Emperor. The fourth card is that of Six of Cups in reverse. Then we have the Magician in reverse. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so what are you? Okay, let's keep it like this. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So, what I feel like is that for this pile, you might have gone through an awakening, or something has been revealed to you. Something important, a news. A news about someone, a male figure, an authoritative figure. Could be a father figure, could be a boss, could be someone in that particular authority which has jeopardized your emotional and mental well-being. Let's just put it that way. This is what I feel. Or if you have gone through an awakening, then you have realized, because we have the Six of Cups in reverse, I feel this is family matter. Yes? And you have come to know, or you have realized something about this particular father figure, or this particular authoritative figure, this emperor. And what has happened is, it has made you like really bitter, to the point that you are even hateful towards this particular person. Yeah, you are even hateful towards this particular person, because I don't see any sort of love or even forgiveness towards this person from your side. Yeah, this is what I see here. And this person, and it is rightly so, I won't say that it is pretty wrong, because maybe whatever this person has done has been atrocious, has been quite wrong. But the thing is, you cannot stand him anymore, and somehow you have to tolerate him. But see, the advice here is that why would you let an enemy or a person who you don't, or the question here is that why would you want an enemy or a person you don't even value, even if it is a family member, and you have come to know something about them, or you got to know about them and you just hate them, right? Or you don't want to deal with them anymore. See, if you do not want to deal with them, then that is not the problem. If you hate them, that is the problem. I'll explain. Because if you do not want to deal with them, that means you're ready to move on. And you don't have any emotions towards them. You're pretty neutral about it. So you're like, forget about it. I am forgetting about it. But if you hate them, that hate latches onto your mind and your heart. And what it does is that whenever you see this person, or whenever you come in contact with this person, because you may be staying in proximity with each other, or you may have to communicate with this particular figure on a regular basis, which is tormenting for you because you don't want to deal with him anymore, right? You want to cut him out, but it is like you cannot cut him out, because it is family. So what is happening is that whenever you are seeing him, whatever you are feeling hateful in your mind, whatever thoughts that are coming up, okay, even if you're saying, oh God, I hate him so much, even if it is like that, know that it is being manifested, because words are powerful, thoughts are powerful. Okay, so your obsessive thought, I wouldn't say this is an obsessive thought, but this is a sort of trigger that you're getting again and again, because you have to come into contact with this person on multiple occasions, and you cannot ignore it in any way, but you just want to ignore it and move forward. It is a pretty unusual situation, because you want to move forward but you cannot move forward because situation is such. So in that particular situation, it's very difficult to deal with this. So that is why I've said that, you know what, you're ready to move forward, I don't give a shit anymore, or I don't care anymore. That's a different thing. That is pretty neutral. That is when you have moved past the hate. But the problem is the hate, because the hate in your mind and in your heart is what triggers you in this person's presence. And when you are triggered, that trigger or the result of that trigger stays with you for quite a long time, even after this person has gone away, or you have gone away from, or the discussion is done, or you are back home or back in your room or something of the sort. So this is what it is. So you need to heal this within yourself. You need to heal this hate within yourself. The hate that you have, the animosity that you have towards this father figure. You need to heal that, because it is triggering you. And when it is triggering you, you are getting into such a deeply negative mental space that recovering from that may even take a day or two. So the question here is, why suffer for someone else? Because see, this father figure, this authoritative figure here, he is not suffering. He is not going through any of this, any of the things that you are going through. The thorns of hate are only pricking you. It's not pricking him. So it's important that you heal this. This situation is somehow has appeared in your life because you need to heal yourself when it comes to this particular connection. And because we have the Wheel of Fortune card here, you will be able to move away from this person. You will be able to move away from this person. But it is important before that you heal. It can be either of the two. Either you move away from this person, or this person moves away from you. One or the other. Okay? Because the Wheel of Fortune card is here. The Wheel of Fortune card always talks about changing times, a sort of change, a sort of ending and beginning. It's a sort of ending and beginning. It's a sort of change. Change happens when something ends and something begins, and things like that. And it's a major change. And you see the barbed wires here. I don't know whether you're able to see it here. See? So that is why I feel that it is so much of hate, and it is actually like creating negative karma for you, because we have the Magician card in reverse. The Magician card upright is someone who is a great manifester, is someone who has total control of their life and everything. But when it is reversed, it is kind of person who can be a manipulator, who can be in a very negative headspace, who might not be able to work properly or work on their dreams properly, who is a magician but has not realized that he or she is a magician yet, or a master of their own craft, because the magician card is the number, although it's the number 1 card, but it is also a card of mastery, because you become a magician when you become the master of the arts, when you become the master of the 4 elements, that is fire, earth, air, and water, and ether. And ether is represented here as the magician himself. So what I feel here is that it is pulling you down, this hate that you have inside. This is not an obsession per se, but you hate it. You do not like to be in his presence or things like that. You don't, his or her presence. The Emperor card, obviously it's a masculine card, it's a father figure, it's an authoritative figure, but it's a masculine energy, so it can be a woman as well, a very dominating, someone who is very dominating, controlling, and someone who holds the helm of the house, that sort of thing. So, but the good thing is that, you know, this is going to change. You will be able to move forward. But before you move forward, it is very important that you transmute this hate into neutrality. You know that statement, right? That we do not forgive a person for that person's sake, but we forgive that person for our own sake. It's kind of like that thing, you know. Forgive this particular person for your own sanity. You can also adopt, you know, stoicism. Yeah, like stonewall this person whenever this person tries to like do anything, approach you or talk to you or anything. And at the same time, try to figure out how you can find peace even when this person is sitting in the same room with you. Do not, how can you, that is the thing that you need to overcome here. Okay, it's a challenging situation. So to overcome this hate, what you need to do is to see how you can find peace in their presence. You do not have to talk to them, you do not have to communicate with them, but in their presence, like suppose you and this particular person is in the same room, how will you be able to find your peace to the point that you don't even care? This question doesn't even arise in your head whether this person is in the room or not in the room. This particular person is that non-existent to you. So this is what you need to figure out in order to transmute this really, really strong hate that you have for this person. So yeah, and once you do this, and in fact, once you do this, you will be able to move away from this person. Opportunities will be there for you to move away from this person. This is what it is. Now let's see what the advice is here. So the first card we have is Walk Your Truth. And the second is Limitless. So the advice here from the universe is that you need to own yourself completely. That this is what I am, or this is who I am, things like that. You need to own your shit. So suppose if you are working, right? If you're working and at that point that person calls you or tries to talk to you, You say that I am busy, I won't be able to talk to you. Don't walk on eggshells for this person. That is the message here. That is why it is being said that walk your truth. Do what you love to do. Be what you are. Because you are limitless, and nobody can stop you. And why are you limitless? Because you are a part of the universe itself. So that is why you are limitless. The only thing is that you need to tap into this limitless energy of yours, and then everything will be fine. So connect to the heart. If you look at this card, the heart shines. So connect to the heart. Connect to your heart to connect to your own self. Yeah? Connect to your heart to connect to your own self. It is only then that you will be able to transmute such difficult energies and won't be brewing poison within you, because this hate is only poison that's eating you alive from within. This person is like Helen Harty. You are the one who's dying. Why would you die? For this person? Okay? So that is what it is. So walk your truth. Be your own self. Do not care. Okay? Whatever it is, prioritize yourself and connect to your heart to connect with your own self, to become your own self, to truly understand who you are. Okay? To understand your limitless potential. Once you understand that you are a limitless being, transcending time and space, you won't be under the dominion or under the control of anybody else. And you won't even be affected by anybody else. So yeah. Now let's see what animal spirit cards you have. These are the spirit animals who are trying to help you out at this moment. Okay, so the first card we have is that of the phoenix. Yeah, rise like the phoenix. The second card we have is that of oyster. The third card we have is that of otter. Okay, so the message that I'm getting first of all is, with the phoenix card, is rise. Rise to your own potential. You don't have to show anybody anything. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Prove it to yourself. Don't prove it to anybody else. And with the oyster card, I feel that you need to stop hiding. Cocoon yourself. Nurture yourself like the pearl is nurtured within the oyster. But do not hide within the oyster. That is what the message here is. Because see, all of us, we have our own rooms, right? We love the privacy of our rooms. Now, we love the privacy of our rooms, but our room is not a place for us to hide. It is a place for us to rest and rejuvenate and maybe work. See, that is what the message of the oyster is coming with. And the otter, with the otter, I feel otter is a very cute and harmless sort of an animal, but it can also become very aggressive when it needs to be. At the same time, the otter is also hardworking, probably of the beaver family. I don't really know, not the beaver, but the beaver family. I don't really know specifically about the otter, but the otter as far as I understand, is someone who is very tied to, the otters are very well-knit families, have very well-knit families, and they work hard, okay, and you know, they work hard and they play harder, that sort of a thing. And they're pretty cute animals, but with very aggressive undertones. I mean, you wouldn't mess with an otter. So yeah, and they're pretty sleek as well. So they're very aware, they're very sleek, they're very aware, they know how to maneuver through situations. So learn how to maneuver through situations, learn how to be sleek. Yes, nobody is telling you to move away from your entire family just because of this person, but be sleek, be strategic, okay, and work on yourself. And with the phoenix, I feel you have to, and this is also the spirit card. So apart from the 4 elements, this deck also has the spirit, the element of ether. So the phoenix represents the element of ether. So when we are talking about the spirit, we are not only talking about the universe, but we are talking about our own spirit as well, what we are at the core of our soul. Recognize that and rise like the phoenix. It is only then that you will be able to rise. You need to recognize that within yourself first. It is very important to not hide who you are. You need to be strategic. You need to strategically reveal who you are and who you are not, what you do, what you don't do, etc. But do not hide, especially from this person. Don't hide. There's no point. There's no point in doing that. It's just stupid. So yeah, this is what the universe is trying to tell you right now. This is what you need to do instead of getting triggered every time with hate and anger. I find a lot of anger with the Queen of Wands in reverse. So yeah, that is what it is. So I hope this reading has helped and it has resonated, and we'll see you in the next reading. Thank you. Bye.